Hello, good morning again, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, I talk about all things having to do with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, and his beautiful wife, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. I hope you are a fan like I am, but if not, I hope we can agree to live and let live, and you know etc., as I always say. So, today is Sunday. I really didn't plan on doing any videos. I planned on coloring my grays and da da da, but so much was happening in the media about Harry's book Spare that I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to jump on and talk about it. I just had six, what you call it, 2 seconds. Can I just give you 1 second? I just need to get my tea bag out of my cup. So I just had six um, pancakes. I swear, six massive pancakes. So if I look any different from what I did in the video right before this one, it's because I just had six massive hearty pancakes. Six, yes, six big pancakes. It was bad. It was bad. I shouldn't have done that. But maybe I can skip lunch and just go straight to dinner like around 5 and it should be okay. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, so this one is about Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales. Is Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, a mean girl? Is she mean? What do I think? I think she is. I think she's a mean girl. And it's sad to say it. I don't want to think it. I don't want to feel this way. I always liked her. I always liked Kate. When she got married to William, and I liked her, and I liked William, and I loved Harry, and the whole royal family. Of course, I was fascinated, like everybody else, with the whole royal family, and in my heart, there's still room to love them all again. But at this moment in time, I'm not going to lie. I'm just like really like, hmm, hmm, hmm. And with Kate, I really feel like, look, on the one hand, as a woman, I kind of understand to some extent, to a degree, how she felt. She was the only young, beautiful, stylish woman in the royal family for some time. She's the one who everybody cared about what she was wearing. She's the wife of the future king. They went to school together. She's young, she's attractive, she's skinny. Of course, I'm obsessed like everybody else. What is she wearing? And so on and so forth. But then when when Harry met Meghan and they started dating, in fact, when believe it or not, when Harry and Meghan first started dating, I wasn't on board the way I grew to be on board, but I wasn't really on board in the beginning for many different reasons. One is I foresaw all of this. I foresaw all of this because my mother always says I'm an old witch. I can just tell, you know what I mean? So I remember at that time I had this other blog, and I didn't write negatively, but I wrote not in favor of them getting married. I saw it as an absolutely crazy idea because I did not see the royal family ever really accepting Meghan. I mean, I thought Harry was absolutely crazy to marry Meghan. Like, this will never work, right? And so, and I didn't know Megan. I had not watched Suits. I didn't have Netflix. I just had Netflix, I think, this year. I mean, I'm very much someone who, I don't know what's going on in the world. I don't know who's singing what. I don't know anything. I just don't know anything. And I keep it that way because it just keeps my life tranquil and quiet and calm and happy. And I can commune with, nature and, the sky and the birds and the swans and the lake. And, this is the kind of life that I have sort of like created for myself. So I don't bring things in. I don't consume it because it's like pancakes. You consume pancakes, it's going to have an impact on your stomach. You consume all of this toxic negativity out there in the world, in the media, it's going to have an impact. It's a different kind of consumption. It comes in through your eyes and your ears and not through your mouth like the pancakes, but it still contaminates. It still has an impact on your health, on your bloodstream, on your everything inside you is affected by the things you consume with all of your senses. Believe me. So once I learned that, I started to live in a different way. But anyway, so at first I was not on board. And but then I'm a lawyer, and it's a part of me that I don't really think about or wasn't really thinking about and hadn't thought about for years and years and years. I don't really identify with that aspect of myself very much. But there's something inside me that is naturally a lawyer, and it's a defense attorney. Like I never want I want nothing to do with defense work at all, but it is my natural instinct to defend. And so once I saw that Megan was being attacked in the way she was, and I read the tea leaves and I looked at the data, I said, no, 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 this isn't right. This isn't right. And I never really made a conscious decision to start to defend her. It just naturally happened where I just started to defend her because that's my nature, right? And so this is about Kate, and I digress a little bit there. But so when Megan came on the scene, and once I saw what the media was trying to do to her in relation to Kate, I started to look to Kate to see what would Kate do or say to, if not to defend Megan, but certainly to show some support as a woman, as a member of this royal family, et cetera, et cetera. And what I saw was someone who was doing absolutely nothing at all to try to include Megan and try to show the rest of the world and England and that no, she's okay. She's my friend. We're friends. We love each other. We're a family, and leave her alone. I didn't see this, and for me, that was like a. And I kept watching and watching and watching, and the more I watched, is the more I saw in Kate someone that, frankly, I can't respect, because I thought to myself, well, what is it that's so different about Megan that she couldn't have made an effort? And no matter how I twisted it in my head, I came back to the outsiderness of Megan because Megan is not English, she's American, because Megan is you know has the DNA that she has in particular, and I think that the latter is more of what it is, really. I mean, I think they would try to say it's because she's American. It's not, because if she was an American and she was blonde, or even if she was a brunette but she's American and she's, of European origin, it would have been a completely different reception on the part of Kate. This is my personal viewpoint and I'm sticking to it, right? And so once I saw that she was that type of a girl, it became impossible for me to respect that, obviously. I mean, I don't know that I'm the most open minded person in the world, but I mean, certainly I believe in the principle of, you know, trying to be open minded and to embrace all people, and not to just judge someone on just one aspect of their identity. I mean, what okay, so she has a drop of black blood, but what else is she? What else does she do? What does she bring to the table? How is she? What is she like as a human being? What are her interests? Etc., etc. And when I looked at Megan, what I saw was a young woman who had so many beautiful characteristics. She was a philanthropist. I mean, I just loved so many things about the type of human being that she clearly aspires to be and is working towards being every day of her life, because every day of all of our lives works in progress. Of course, we're not perfect. Of course, we make mistakes. Of course, we screw up, etc. But for the most part, I saw in Megan a young woman who she's very ambitious. She's achieved a lot. She's taken whatever she received from nature and she has tried to make the very best of herself. And I love that about her. And I didn't see what was so objectionable about her that someone like Kate could not have been more of a girlfriend, and sort of included her more. So I kind of lost respect for Kate in that sense. But now with Harry's book Spare, you hear some of the more specifics where she lambasted Megan because Megan apparently referred to her hormones. Every girl talks about hormones with their girlfriends. We all talk about hormones. Well, now I don't talk about how. Well, yeah, I do. Do I talk about hormones? What do I talk about? Like, yeah, you talk about. Of course, you talk about hormones. Are you kidding me? I mean, you talk about all your body things and what's going on in your body, and lots of awful things always go on in your body. You're a woman, for God's sake. And you make fun of yourselves, and then you have your gray hairs. Look at mine. Oh my God. I was going to do my hair today, but like I decided the video was more important. But I'm like looking at myself, I'm like, holy bejesus. Okay. So that's my dirty little secret. I have grays. And so yeah, you talk about these things with your girlfriends. I mean, if you don't talk about hormones, what are you going to talk about? Well, that's all we are. We women, we're just walking hormones. What else are you going to talk about? So she lambasted Megan for this, and I'm like, no, you do that when you're mean and when you don't like the person. That's not a natural reaction from a girl. And Megan apparently said she had baby brain. I'm like, what possibly could have been objectionable about that for Kate? I mean, maybe they don't say this in England. I don't know. And maybe Kate saw it as Megan saying that she's not very intelligent. I mean, maybe Kate has some issues with her intellect in comparison to Megan. So Megan saying that she has baby brain, she interpreted that as Megan saying she's not very smart. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? What possibly could she have objected to there? I don't understand. Um, I don't know. But what she did with the bridesmaids' dresses, according to Harry's book, I mean, again, these are allegations. I wasn't there, but you know, Megan is already under so much fire with her family, her father not coming, her sister doing all of these horrible things. I mean, at that time, I recall in the press, I don't know how Megan made it down the altar because so much was happening that I would have just climbed under a rock and refused to come out. But so it's 4 days before the wedding, and you have the future Queen of England, your sister in law, your future sister in law, who's supposed to be a girl who herself got married and knows how it is, how stressful it is, how nervous you are. And on top of that, Megan's an outsider, and on top of that, her family's saying and doing all these things in the press to humiliate her. And on top of that, and there's so much, and it's 4 days before the wedding, and you are going to make these unreasonable and just unkind demands to have all the bridesmaids dresses remade because they're so ugly, and your 3-year-old daughter was so horrified by the dress that she started crying as soon as she put on the dress. And you want and then at some point Harry apparently said in his book Spare that Kate refused to bring the child over as requested by Megan to have the tailor alter the dress. And when she eventually brought the child, but she refused. I mean, and you're the bride. I mean, I've never been a bride, but I mean, I cannot imagine this on my wedding day. I mean, oh my God, or close to my wedding. I mean, somebody doing this to me, for heaven's sakes. It's mean. And then she wore white. Kate wore white to Megan's wedding. I think that's that. I mean, I don't know what you call that. I mean, I think it's forbidden, isn't it? You don't wear white to someone's wedding unless they specifically invite you to do that. If you're in the bridal party and the bride has chosen white for her bridesmaids, which sometimes happen, but you're not the bride, you've already had your day. This is Megan's day. Why do that? Especially within the context of everything else that was going on that the public was not privy to at that time. But now that we are privy to it, mean. This is mean, right? So yeah, I think that was mean. And and then apparently Harry said in the book, again, I haven't read the book, so these are all allegations, that one time Meghan asked to borrow Kate's chapstick or lip gloss or whatever. And Kate grimaced. You know, in when you're in high school, you bar each other. So Megan apparently take it, put some on her finger, and da da da. But and that's something you do with your girlfriends. You don't do that with everybody. You do that with your friends, people that you are friends with, or you want to sort of be friends with. So it's a gesture of girls, trying to bring each other into their orbit, and because and Kate was just horrified. Look, I don't share my lipstick and my chapsticks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I don't borrow. I would never think of borrowing someone's chapstick in my life. But still, I think a lot of girls, especially American girls, they go off to their college and their sororities and stuff like that. It's something they do. So Megan is a quintessential American girl. I'm not a quintessential American girl. I'm mixed. I'm American, but I'm not. You know what I mean? So, no, I am American, but I'm mixed. I'm a Caribbean girl, but I'm not. So I'm a mixture. I'm a mess. I'm a mutt. I don't know what I am. I don't know. I didn't even know my origins. Did you know I sued the British government to find out where in the name of God I came from? Because I have no idea. Like, I'm a mess. I was like, where did I come from? Where did you take my antecedents from? Like, honestly, who am I and where do I come from? Where do I fit? Right? Anyway, I digress. So, um, they're probably going to have me like rounded up by the French government, and I don't know what are they gonna do to me? I don't know, but I need to know where I came from, please, everybody. I don't want to fight with you. I don't want a big powwow, but I need to know my origins. Okay, so I sued you in New York. Okay, now what else makes Kate mean? So she also recoiled when Megan hugged her. Apparently, the first um, time Megan met her. I am more reserved than Megan in that sense. I probably wouldn't have even tried to hug her unless she tried to hug me. Um, but Megan is different. She's a Leo. She's like a Jennifer Lopez. Well, Jennifer is a Leo, but they're very different personalities. But they're more loving and lovey-dovey, and I'm more reserved. I am a Capricorn like Kate, so but I'm a December Capricorn. She's January. They are really reserved. Actually, we don't get along. Actually, Capricorns in December and Capricorns in January. So Kate and I would probably not get along just because the January Capricorns, they think they're superior to the December Capricorns, which is not going to work with me because no one is superior to me, even though I'm a goofball with gray hair. But I think I should stop here. I'm going off on different tangents. But do I think she's a mean girl? I think she's acted meanly with Megan. Is she a mean girl en general? I think if she doesn't think you're up to her standards, and I think she maybe she's a snob, and she's mean if you're not important, if she sees you as beneath her, but she's nice if she accepts you as being on her level. And I think with Megan, she definitely didn't think Megan was on her level. And I think that has to do with the drop of black blood, which I don't like. I don't like this, right? And of course, obviously, you can see why, right? So that's my position, and I'm sticking to it. So, see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.